Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand for the Plaintiff National Anthem and the Invocation led by Chaplain Megan Davis.
Let us pray. God of all creation, one who has been our help throughout the journey of time, we look to you for grace as we commemorate 18 years since the passing of September 11th. We recall that very Sunday morning and had no idea our world would change forever. We pray for the innocent lives lost, those who will no longer be touched by time or age. We thank you for our servicemen and women who would answer the call to sacrifice their lives in the years to follow. We pray that as a nation, we begin to move forward and abide with love in our hearts. We will never forget. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Davis, for those kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Flight, parade, yes.
Welcome to the September 11th Remembrance Ceremony. I'm Senior Airman Cody Puffer, and I will be your MC for today's event. At this time, we would like to recognize our distinguished guests in attendance with us today. Commander, 1st Special Operations Wing, Colonel Michael Conley. We would also like to welcome fellow commanders, first sergeants, members of Team Hurlburt, and the families in attendance with us today. Thank you for taking the time to join us this morning to remember September 11th and to honor the 2,977 people who were lost that dreadful day 18 years ago. At 0846 Eastern Standard Time, American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. New York City dispatchers sent police, paramedics, firefighters to the aid of the devastating event. In addition, we would also like to take this time to honor and remember those who have served, given to our country, and continue to give themselves daily while serving in our military and fighting for our freedom. Thank you all. At this time, we would like to invite our guest speaker, Colonel Conley, up to speak about his experiences during and after 9/11. Sir?
You all hear me if I don't use this? You hear me in the back? Okay. So thanks for coming out. This is a extremely important day that we can't forget. You know, the chaplain gave us a great invocation with the terms never forget. You know, as I prepped for this and I was thinking about it, the onus more so than ever is on us to never forget. Why? Because we have members of our formation that were born in 2001. Moving forward, members that joined the Air Force were not born when this event happened. So it's on us to make sure that the loss and the sacrifice of September 11th, 2001 is never forgotten. I think for many of us in the room, it was a defining moment in our lives. And I don't think I'm exaggerating if I say it redefined world history. Everything we've done for the last 18 years as a military has been as a result of what happened on a morning just like today. Beautiful sunny day in New York, Pennsylvania, and Northern Virginia, where folks just like us got up, went to work, they kissed their loved ones goodbye, and within hours, life changed. You know, we lost 343 firefighters that morning, and it's appropriate that we are doing this ceremony today in this hangar because they paid the ultimate price that morning. We also lost 71 law enforcement officers that, with their firefighter partners, ran into burning buildings to try to save Americans. We lost 55 military members at the Pentagon, all part of that almost 3,000 people that we lost that day. It'll be something that I always remember. I'm a New Yorker. I was not born and raised in Manhattan, but I am from New York. That day changed the lives of my friends. It changed the lives of friends that watched the towers collapse that morning. It cost them marriages. It cost them friends. And that is something that I wake up with every single morning thinking about. It's also a special day to me because September 11th, 2001 was my very first day as a member of AFSOC. It was my very first day as a brand new MH-53 student getting ready to get after an AFSOC. And as you can guess, it changed my life forever. Everything I've done since then has been tied to the war on terror and what we do as a wing. I can say this confidently and unashamedly that no wing in the Air Force has done more, given more, and continues to give than this wing and this installation. We were moving within hours, we were departing the country within days, and we were in combat operations within weeks of 9/11. We have not come off the battlefield as a wing since end of September 2001 when we first got into Pakistan and started doing operations north into Afghanistan. We have not come off the battlefield. I do not see us coming off the battlefield at any time soon. So again, I say it unashamedly that we are the most relevant wing, and we have given more and sacrificed more, not just in treasure, but in what we do every single day, being away from our loved ones, getting after folks that would do America harm again today if they had the choice. So again, I'm honored to be just a small part of this. I could talk for hours about 9/11 and what it's meant to me, but I was asked to be brief. So I just say to you, thank you for what you do every single day. We all never know when we wake up in the morning what we're going to get when we come to work. We often think it's going to be a day just like the next, but again, 343 firefighters, 71 law enforcement officers got up that morning doing what they did every single day, and they didn't come home. We can never lose sight of the fact that that day could happen again, and if we don't do our jobs and we're not good at our jobs, people in this world will bring it at us again, all right? So again, thanks to the civil engineer team for letting me be part of today. I'm honored to serve with you, and on a day like today, it reminds me of what a great honor it is to be part of this wing and to serve alongside you all every single day. So thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Conley. We will never forget all those innocent lives lost in the cowardly attacks of 9/11. We too shall never forget the 411 brave emergency responders who rushed to the scene of devastation. Emergency medical responders bringing aid to thousands injured in the towers and all around. The police officers trying to maintain control, usher the wounded towards medical care, all while providing security for those they serve and protect as best they could amid the chaos. The firefighters rushing into the towers to evacuate the wounded, fight fires where they could, and provide medical aid to the victims they found, doing everything within their power to minimize the incident as much as possible. We hold this remembrance ceremony in honor of all those brave, selfless souls. In remembrance, we will be offering each of our great emergency response force squadrons the opportunity to come forward for comments and remembrance, to provide the opportunity for each agency to recite their specific prayer. We'd like to start with the 1st Special Operations Medical Group, Airman First Class Jasmine Kaziz. Would you please come forward with the reading of the emergency technician's prayer?
God, grant me the ability to give emergency care. With skillful hands, knowledgeable mind, and tender loving care. Help me deal with everything when lives are on the line, to see the worst, administer aid, and use a worried mind. So help me as I go today, accept what fate may be. Touch these hands, use this mind, help this EMT. We will remember.
Thank you, Airman Disease. Next, I would like to introduce Airman Brandon Whalen from the 1st Special Operations Security Forces Squadron to read the law enforcement prayer.
I have taken an oath to serve and protect my fellow man. Guide me safely in my duties to do the very best I can. Give me the ability to stop those things that are wrong, to bring comfort and safety by restoring it to those to whom it belongs. And dear Lord, if I am called upon to give the ultimate sacrifice with the badge, I will proudly wear it upon my chest. Let it be said, I served with dignity, honor, and love, and did my very best. We will remember.
Thank you, Airman Whalen. Next, I would like to introduce Senior Airman Jacob Schneider from the 1st Special Operations Civil Engineer Squadron to read the firefighter's prayer.
When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save a life, whatever be its age. Let me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from that horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to feel my calling to give the best in me, to guard my friend and neighbor and protect the property. And if according to your will, while in duty, I must answer death's call, bless with you protecting hand my family, one and all. We will remember. Thank you.
Thank you, Airman Schneider. The women and men of today's fire service are confronted with a more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually change our strategies and tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goals remain the same as they were in the past: to save lives and protect property, sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is our chosen profession. This is the tradition of the firefighter. The fire service today is ever-changing, but is steeped in tradition 200 years old. One tradition is the sound of a bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was a bell that signaled the beginning of today's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned these brave souls to fight fires and place their lives in jeopardy for their fellow men. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled the completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying their supreme sacrifice, it was a mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced the comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as symbols, which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that the brave souls had for their duty, a special signal of 5 rings, 3 times each, represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. And so, to those who have selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow men, their task complete, their duties well done, to our comrades, their last alarm, they're coming home. Please rise as we take a moment of silence to honor our fallen brothers and sisters and the ringing of the bell.
Flight, catch up.
Finally, we would like to invite Commander, 1st Special Operations Civil Engineer Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Connor, up for a few comments. Sir.
Staff Sergeant Murray, please put the formation at ease.
Flight, catch up.
So on behalf of Hurlburt Field's emergency responder leadership, including Lieutenant Colonel O'Neill from Security Forces Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Stransky from Medical Group, I'm honored as the base fire marshal today to close today's ceremony. As we've discussed, while 9/11 may be fading from the memory of many Americans, and Colonel Conley even pointed out, we have airmen today that came in after or born after 9/11. I think we've shown this morning that we can never forget what happened on that fateful day. As we increase our focus on resilience within the Air Force, I think it's never been more important to look back at September 11, 2001. 9/11 reminds us that there are also Americans that will run towards a burning building while others are running away. 9/11 reminds us there's also Americans that will give everything to save others. 9/11 reminds us that there are also Americans that fear letting down their brothers and sisters serving next to them more than they fear losing their own lives. 9/11 reminds us that a specially trained group of Americans can inspire generations of Americans as well as individuals around the world. But most importantly, 9/11 reminds us that we can find resilience in what we do today through honoring the memory of those who gave their lives on September 11, 2001. Thank everybody for coming out today and participating in this ceremony. I'd like to thank Chief Amos and his team for putting together a truly first-class ceremony. But most importantly, I want to thank the emergency responders here today, the medics, defenders, firefighters, for everything that you do to protect Team Hurlburt and our local community every day. I'm proud to serve next to you. Hope each of you can join us at 0830. We're going to do a 5K run, or in your individual, in your battle rattle for your particular craft. I hope to see each of you there. If you need to change, there's a locker room in the back. And with that, thank you for attending. I look forward to seeing you at the run.